I was watching a Pixar cartoon the other day on TV with my daughter. She's 12 now, and partway through it, I started tearing up. And she kind of looks over at me and she goes, "Are you crying?" And I was like, "Yeah," wipe my eyes a little bit, sniffle, right? What she doesn't remember, she's teased me a little bit. What she doesn't remember is the first time we watched it in a movie theater a couple years earlier. She was the one who was crying, and I probably did not. And it made me think about how is it that this collection of colored dots on a screen reached me emotionally to the point where I was in tears. And for me, it's pretty simple. First of all, Pixar is very good at figuring out how to reach you emotionally. Second of all, you it, for me, being a parent, now when I watch certain scenes, I mentioned one time about The Godfather 3 where his daughter dies. First time I watched it, I didn't think it was a very good scene, but I didn't have a kid. Now that I have a daughter, it's a hugely emotional scene. And then he dances with her. He remembers dancing with her as he dies. And it's like, yeah, gosh, I'm getting joked up just talking about it right now. And so, what am I driving at here? There's an emotional honesty that readers connect with that most new authors don't. They're scared to put their emotion on the page. They're scared to open up, afraid of ridicule, afraid of embarrassment, whatever. And in the times when I've done that, when I really been sitting there writing something with tears streaming down my cheeks, um, tears dropping onto the keyboard as I write, whether with the understanding that whether or not it ever connected with another human being, it was a real moment for me that I wanted to portray. Most of the time, audience is connected with those scenes, and more to the point, when I was brutally open and honest about just something, anything in a story, readers somehow kind of sniff out the reality of it. The more personal you make something, the more it connects with other people. And I found that to be true. And that's what I find most authors, especially new authors, but a lot of veteran authors, simply don't do. And it's been my great luck and experience that when I do it, readers who discover my work tend to discover that and tend to really connect. And it's simply because I took something that was hugely personal to me and not forced it into a story, but when there was a time for a character to have a moment, I drew upon my own experience and put it in there. I think it's the same thing actors do, directors do, and I think it's something great storytellers do. And I think readers see it and understand it, even though if they don't recognize it for what it is.